Inside this box is Stonemeier's newest game.
Yes!
I'm so excited. We are excited to open it and add it to our collection of Stonemaier Games.
Drum roll, please.
Now we open it. Don't use a pen! What's inside? Wait, what is this?
Hey, I'm Alex, and this is Evan.
And we're Being Friends. We're a channel dedicated to sharing with you how board games can help you connect with others.
And today we are unboxing the newest Stonemaier game, Pendulum. We're so excited to share it with you. Stick around throughout the video to just hear our thoughts on Stonemaier Games, Pendulum, and how real-time elements in games
Change everything.
change everything. It basically changes the whole way a game is played. So we're really excited to share it. Let's get into it. Stonemaier is one of our favorite publishers for many reasons. As you can see, we have some of their games displayed here, and for me, I feel like they bring one of the most holistic board gaming experiences out there.
Stonemaier Games' games are just full of richness. The artwork is always top-notch, as well as even the component quality. These games are rare gems. Stonemaier Games said, we want to make everything about our games as good as we can, and they've really delivered. Scythe is obviously a legend. Viticulture is well-loved. Tapestry is
one of our newest ones, and so far, very
we like it.
Wonderful as well.
We are going to make a review on this. Of course, you've heard of Wingspan.
Yes, we've heard of it too. We're just so excited for another great game that we get to add to our collection.
And this one being really unique because it is using real-time elements, which are rare in board games and are actually fairly controversial. A lot of people don't want real-time elements in their game. They don't want to be rushed. They don't want to have to think quickly.
Really, honestly, that makes sense, right? Like, you're sitting down at a table, you want to be able to control the pace when you're playing a game, and we get that. Coming from being really big fans of video games, it's something that we love about a lot of games that have real-time elements. It brings some of that urgency.
You have to think on your feet.
So we'll get into that more as we open the game. We're probably just gonna get into it because we're so excited.
Yeah, we can move all these things out of the way. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. One note here. This really feels like our birthdays. Like,
it does feel like a birthday right now.
Evan and I are brothers, if you didn't know that.
We have been.
We have been our whole lives.
Not your whole life.
Yeah, not my whole life. Okay, but our birthdays were less than a month apart. So oftentimes we shared a birthday, and oftentimes we shared birthday presents. But anyways, we would most often be in this situation where we're pulling a box open together. So this is very nostalgic.
This is great. What's inside?
Hold on.
I know what's inside.
Are you so excited?
I'm excited. Wait, what is this?
Oh.
Okay, it's correct.
So let's get this box out of here.
So, here it is.
If you're excited about Pendulum like we are, please leave a like below. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
Yeah, right. We've never even gotten to 10 likes. It's designed by Travis Jones, and the art is by Robert Leask. Look at that. Time conquers all.
My God.
I'm a huge fan of the way this looks.
This is amazing looking. I'm so excited to play
Super beautiful. Do we want to set up as a second camera?
Yeah.
Pendulum. First of all, Stonemaier Games, the rule books are the nicest quality paper you'll ever see. Better than muffin paper.
We were earlier talking about how, as kids, like, I used to eat muffin paper.
I did too.
You know, like, after you eat
a muffin or cupcake,
and there's some left over, and the paper's thin.
All you have to do to get the rest of the
And
muffin.
other kids thought it was weird.
It's not weird.
It's not. So that's
Anyways,
something you learn about.
This is better than muffin paper.
Let's tell them about the theme of this game.
Let's find out about the theme of this game.
Let's find out about the theme of this game.
When the gods first created the world, Dunya, they gave it no order. Violence reigned, and only the strong eked out a desperate survival. This was the time of chaos. The dragons grew into a terrifying power, and eventually they stood unmatched and claimed dominion over Dunya. They instilled an order on the world, though one of suffering and misery. This was the time of darkness.
Can I read some?
Is this popcorn reading right now? I've never felt more like a kid. We had a joint birthday present. We're doing popcorn reading, and we want to eat the rule book.
Finally, one man, Circle?
It's probably Circle.
Caught the affection of Gahel, god of the changing seasons and the keeper of time. Gahel bestowed a portion of his power to Circle, making him immortal, and Circle threw off the oppressive rule of the dragons. He became
Live reaction.
Whoa. He became the timeless king and ruled Dunya for centuries, maintaining the peace. This was the time of order. Now, the timeless king has vanished, and his empire is in disarray. Why he left or to what fate he came, no one seems to know, though mysterious rumors have circulated. The political strings he so subtly pulled over the years have begun to unravel into an unstable power vacuum. This marks the time of change.
When Gahel gifted the timeless king his power, he also forged a great iron clock.
Is this
Found
it?
it.
Is this?
I found it.
It's the iron clock. Wow.
It's pretty iron. Anyways, he forged a great iron clock, and it was placed in the Grande Plaza of Montbriel. I guess that's that.
Here, there it is.
Gahel declared that the clock would continue to run as long as the timeless king ruled. With his disappearance, the clock has come to a stop, the iron pendulum hanging perfectly still below the etched glass of its face.
Frick.
It is immovable by any hand that attempts to restart it.
Dang.
Legends hold that when a leader truly succeeds the timeless king, they will visit the Grande Plaza and swing the pendulum, restarting the iron clock and marking the beginning of a new era.
Yeah!
In Pendulum, each player... That's the voice of...
This totally transitions from
The beginning of a new era. In Pendulum, each player... In Pendulum, each player is a powerful noble vying to succeed the timeless king as the true ruler of Dunya. Each noble in the game is unique. Players command their workers, execute stratagems, and expand the provinces in their domain in real time to gain resources, votes, and move up the 4 victory tracks: power, prestige, popularity, and legendary achievement. Use your time wisely, as the player who has shown themselves the most fit to rule during the final council will be declared the new
timeless ruler. So, here's what I love. The story is about this clock. That's my favorite part.
This game is the perfect encapsulation of
A clock.
the answer to the question, what time is it? Time for
to
you to get a watch.
Time for you to get a clock. Is that what they used to say?
Yeah, that's...
Time for you
to get a clock. Pendulum is a turnless, real-time strategy game for 1 to 5 players. Also right at home. For some reason, Stonemaier
loves that
believes in the 5th person.
It's it's the
They
classic.
care about
it's
the
the
fifth.
classic family. You've got the mom, the dad, the son, the daughter, and the dog. I mean, like,
you gotta have
all 5. So first of all, obviously, like, real-time game, it's about a clock. It's like the theme works. But I also love that you're trying to be a ruler and manage all of these things, and it probably plays out where you feel like you're managing and learning how to have all these different systems work at once and really emulate what it probably feels like to be a leader of a civilization.
You have to make decisions quickly, and you have to manage your resources,
yeah.
time.
It sounds really interesting, and I'm so excited to play it.
Me too. It sounds fascinating. It sounds, at the very least, different than any other game that is out there. To me, that's huge. Anyways,
So-
also, there's something else.
Players must use real time as a resource in managing their strategy to best their opponents, using time on different action types and balancing it with time spent planning and analyzing. Faster isn't always better, which is nice. That's something that some real-time games do focus on.
When everyone first heard that Stonemaier was making a real-time game, they went, oh, another game where I have to just be faster.
But
And they quickly emphasized it's not about that. It's about managing time, not beating time.
Yeah.
It's not about beating the clock. It's about being the clock.
Oh, time for you.
I'm not doing it again.
What? It's time for you to get a clock.
You got it.
So the winner will be the player who manages and invests their time most effectively, not the player who acts the quickest. Just great, right? That's awesome.
They're immediately correcting everyone.
There's a little disclaimer here. We'll read later. I'm gonna be like kind of vulnerable here. One of my biggest fears in life is not having enough time. So I've personally learned a lot about, okay, how do I invest and manage my time the best, the freaking best.
I was doing that this weekend when we were trying to find time to
film this video. I think like life, this game is going to be a lot about learning what not just to say yes to, but also what to say no to.
That is a great point.
That seems like what, and I really don't know how this game is played, but I'm excited to find that out. So here's another kind of snippet at the bottom of this rule page. The flow of the game of Pendulum may be different from other strategy board games you've played. Other than the periodic council phase, there are no turns or shared steps that all players are doing in sequence. Each player chooses and resolves actions on their own, so all players need to fully understand the rules in order to play. If this is the first game for any player, it is strongly recommended that you play at least one round untimed. So, this is a really good point, and I'm glad that they emphasize this on the very front page of the rulebook. Everyone will have to know how to play, and pretty much have to know exactly what they can and can't do for this game to be fun.
To be functional.
To be functional, at least. There's no space for you to, as maybe the main person who owns the game or knows the game the best, you can't really keep an eye out maybe as much as you would be able to in other games. So keep that in mind when you're considering this game. We will be making more videos about Pendulum as we play it. Obviously, we've never played it before. We're just opening it for the first time. All of our reviews of games don't just answer the question if the game is good or not, but actually who the game is best for, who would enjoy the game the most, and not just a single person, but a group of people. So we're going to be answering that question, because if you don't know for sure if this game is for you, if you're maybe turned off to the idea of a real-time based game, we'll let you know what it's like, what its kind of pitfalls are. So this game might be for you, it might not be, and we're going to let you know. So make sure to subscribe to get more videos from us. Ring the bell to find out when we upload more videos about Pendulum, because I can assure you, will have more content, and you'll be able to find out if this is a good game for you.
Yeah.
Let's dig in a little more.
Let's look.
We haven't even looked at any components.
I don't even know what is happening here.
Let's see. So we've got this rulebook that we just read off of.
We got the Automa rulebook for those lonely boys like me. So we got some things.
Some things. Should we start popping things out?
I mean, I'm ready to pop.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Birthday boys. It's actually not even like it's not even close to our birthdays, but this feels like a birthday.
It's about as far from our birthdays as possible.
Yeah. All right. So we've got the main board here, but more on that later. Just practicing our retention rate. Here's the thing. YouTube loves when people watch videos for as long as possible, which makes sense, right? The longer you stay on YouTube,
they want people on their site watching videos.
As YouTubers, we are trying to learn how to best, and this is almost like a game in itself, beat the YouTube algorithm. But more importantly, create content that is really exciting for you guys to watch. So we do a lot of different research, and one of those things is learning how to, make content that is worth watching for a long time. So if you guys have any suggestions for how we can make our videos less boring, please leave them down below in the comments. We really try to make exciting content for you guys. And, Pendulum is great. It's exciting on its own, but we want to be able to add our own flair, our own excitement to it. So let us know what you think. Okay, so we've got the main board here. We actually have not opened it yet. We are going to get to this later. Jokes aside, we're going to leave that to the side because we've got more components to get.
All right, so we got some things over here.
So we got some more boards.
Looks like
we've
player
got
boards.
Player mats.
They're definitely mats.
They're two-sided. Ooh.
Are they different?
Yeah.
This character is only for experienced. What is the?
No, yeah, their stats are all different.
What does this even?
The art is different.
We're doing this a lot. The art is kind of different. The backgrounds are different.
Yeah, this guy is the same, but he looks evil on this side.
So there's probably something that will tell us what that means. But it looks like we have 1, 2.
Oh, this is the same as the tapestry.
Yep. The same material as the tapestry.
I'm not sure how I feel. I'm really not sure how I feel about this material.
It could be off-putting.
It's like
I could understand.
It's kind of like it doesn't hurt like sandpaper, but it like feels.
I think I like it. I think it feels.
I get used to it.
High quality.
So okay, there's some. Sorry about this messy video, but like
we've never unboxed a game
on camera.
We've never.
This is our
opened
first time,
games.
guys.
This is our first
Welcome.
time.
This is a special occasion.
It really is. Is there 5 characters then?
5? Well, 5 times 2, I guess.
Are they different?
Well, no, the stats are literally all like the tracks are different.
That's true. The art is sort of different.
The names are different. This is
names.
It's the same character.
It looks like there is just a more complicated side and then a simpler side.
Yeah.
So we got tons of little cubes.
We're not gonna take all these out, but there's a lot of really nice plastic pieces, different colors.
There's a metal component. It's a little metal star.
That is bright.
I like it. So, here's the thing. This is Pendulum. There's sand timers.
Why is it not an actual clock?
There's sand timers. They're the nicest sand timers I've ever seen. Well, okay, besides like nice
real
hourglasses.
The best game sand timers. So we've got some really great pieces. The sand timers being one of the main parts of the game. One of my things I'm concerned about, Evan, is having to pay attention because there's no sound to tell you.
So they actually addressed that.
Whoa, no, tell me more.
Basically, they addressed the moment in a game with sand timers that usually is someone stops what they're doing and is looking to wait for it to be over. And essentially, the game's not about that. When the timer ends, that just means that you are now able to use these actions again.
Ooh.
Which means that
so you have to pay attention.
If you pay attention, then you could do it sooner, but it doesn't actually need to be done sooner because everyone is at the same time wanting to potentially know when it's over, but they're not.
They're not.
Needing to know.
And you're not getting penalty if you don't notice.
Exactly.
Besides that you weren't paying attention.
Anyways, we got tons of these components. They're all plastic. They're not wooden components, and the reason was Stonemaier chose to do plastic components because the production of wooden components was actually harmful to the environment. They chose that.
That's awesome.
This hard plastic, which plastic doesn't seem better than wood, but for whatever reason, the production was a lot less harmful. So
that's really cool.
Can you see this? It's a tiny sand timer component. That's so cute.
Okay, so there's all those. We still are gonna get back to the main board.
Not yet though, because first we have to look at
the cards.
We have cards. Cards are my favorite part of any game. I don't know if that's true.
I can't get this one open.
Dude, you gotta use the side things.
Oh.
They made this for you.
Side flaps, side flaps.
Look at these cards. I don't know what any of this means.
My side flap broke.
Your side flaps, bro.
Oh. Are these the characters? The character cards.
Yeah. Character cards.
So here's Misot, that lion guy. When he's the pacifist, a revered figure of eminent wisdom and patience. Mesoat is the high priest of Gahael. He insists he will not pursue the throne through violence, rejecting the use of all military force. Note, when playing the pacifist, you may still technically gain and spend military resources if you choose. This tactic is called hypocrisy. Oh my gosh.
So is there no...
And it is a staple of many successful leaders. What? What
is
a
there
political thing to say.
Is there no, like, mechanical thing about... It just says, this character thematically won't use military,
but you can.
If you're a hypocrite.
You can be a hypocrite.
I don't want to be a hypocrite.
That it's necessary to be successful as a leader. Crazy.
What a call out. So this is
I'm gonna read
one of the most beautiful things.
While the high priest strives not to take up arms, he is still able to win provinces to his cause through his force of personality.
Hey guys.
Hello. I'm the priest.
I like my version of the priest better.
Well, I kind of went from like noble to like I'm the priest. Like country, I don't know. It sounds like from that one character card we read that each character is gonna have its own, maybe not even style of gameplay. Actually, probably because they have different tracks, so they probably coincide with their lore of their personality.
Asymmetric, pretty much.
Yes, it seems like they're very asymmetric, which I'm excited about. Even though they maybe can still act very similarly. Yeah, a lot of different kinds of cards, a lot of beautiful cards. I'm excited to learn more.
This is the most beautiful thing so far, I'd say. These cards, this is what the teaser art for this game was on Instagram. They showed pictures of
teasers,
the provinces, and this art is beautiful.
Ooh. These are really nice.
These are really pretty.
I'm excited to learn more about the importance of these provinces. Last but not least,
the board.
The board. So on the very top, you see this feather, which is cool.
Well, yeah.
Right here, right now. It looks awesome.
It looks like a table.
It is a table, which is great because you usually play board games on a table.
And now we have a table
to play the
board game on. So, the one thing I do know is that there's timers on each of these 3 action spaces, or 3 action areas. There's the black actions, the green actions, and the purple actions. These ones are the quickest, they're the simplest. These ones are about the middle, and these ones take a long time to do. Essentially,
days
on end. Essentially, this is a worker placement game, and when you place a worker, they're stuck there until the timer is out. And so, using a purple action is a commitment. And so this game is, while it's real time and it's more about, like we've said, managing your time. It's more about making commitments that you think are worth doing, and
so learning what's best to say yes to and what's best to say no to.
We want to give a big thank you to Stonemaier Games for sending us this game to review.
And making it.
And for making the game.
Good job.
Well
you did
done.
it again. We're super excited to get into this game, see what it's like, and share it with you. Again, if you're interested in learning more about Pendulum, and if it's the right game for you, make sure to subscribe.
And now we're going to find out if it's
any good.